Now that's the official shift from independence to interdependence.
So yeah, just kind of building on the first two topics, Steve and I just thought it was really important from a Christian point of view to highlight how necessary interdependence is today so that we all experience authentic freedom. And again, it's that shift of mindset from what about me and what do I get and what are my rights and all these things, as important as personal rights and privileges are, to thinking about how can I conduct my life, treat people in such a way as to set them free, as to help them experience their freedom. You know, part of the Constitution is this protection of the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But part of that, what's implicit in that, is a call that we all try to secure those things and preserve those things for each other. And if we're not working in that mode, then everyone's personal freedoms are in jeopardy. So there's actually, for us to feel independent and the experience of independence, rights, and liberties, we have to work on our interdependence, how we treat each other, relate to each other. All these things we talked about earlier. Are we willing to be compassionate, to be merciful? Are we willing to be humble and acknowledge the things in ourselves that deprive others from the experience of freedom and dignity? So let's not just be focused on independence this weekend. Let's also look at how can we work on our interdependence so that others can experience that their own personal freedom, the independence.
What a beautiful message. And I'm thinking about, I'm anticipating family gatherings this weekend. Now, this is being
Mm.
live streamed on Friday, July the 1st, and we'll rebroadcast on July 4th. Um, so, whenever you're viewing this, if you happen to see this before July 4th, um,
Yeah.
you could put this into practice, or even if it's after July 4th, think about your family gatherings. What are some practical things that we can do when we gather with our families to support interdependence? Do
Mm-hmm.
you have any suggestions?
Yeah, let somebody go first for the potato salad. Don't push them out of the way. Step
Well,
one,
that's a good step. Maybe cleaning up afterwards, or even
helping to
helping to
clean,
prepare. Right?
help to prepare.
If you're one, sometimes I am, where it seems like it's under control and everyone's doing their job, and we can probably think about those in our family, those who are taking on certain roles. Maybe stand up and offer to do something, to be
Right?
part of the system, in the meal prep or in the cleanup, or like Deacon Matt just said, let someone go before you. Um,
And express your gratitude. You know, that was another. I just keep pushing people back to our catechiststream.com site because, and I am biased, there's a lot of great episodes, and all these are kind of building on each other, and we're using phrases from previous episodes and concepts. But what you just said about, uh, well, I'll say this: gratitude. Express your gratitude this weekend when you're gathered with family and loved ones. Talk about how much they mean to you. Talk about how nice it is to have this meal together. Thank everyone who's prepared it. And as Steve said, get involved in helping with the preparation or cleanup. These little things that we do are wonderful ways to promote interdependence and help people experience their own dignity and freedom. Mm-hmm.
yeah, do something to make this an extraordinary Independence Day, right? Instead of it's like, okay, now we're going back and doing the same thing a year
Yeah.
later, a year later, a year
Where's
later.
my burger?
That's right. I'm
When are the
hungry.
fireworks?
That's exactly right. And then if you're in a classroom setting, all the programs are out right now, but think about the interdependence that takes place in your classroom. Often we've got a lot of individuals in there who have their needs, and you're trying to bring everyone together, which is, appropriate. But yeah, maybe there's some ways that you can form pairs or groups, or have the class to get together to work on a project together. You're probably doing those things already, but with a little more intentionality, so that we recognize that we are truly interdependent. We couldn't have done this without each other.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not limited to this weekend or your immediate family or just those whom you encounter. This can be applied back into the classroom setting too, I think.
Absolutely. And one of the primary ways is just making your classroom, or however you're doing wherever you're doing catechesis, an open forum. And so questions are allowed, doubts are entertained, and testimonies are shared. And I think that last one's probably the most important one. I mean, as a teacher, why are you Catholic? Being able to share that with your students. What is it that you love about it? What is it that your faith does for you, that makes you want to conform your life to Christ? And encouraging young people to share, think about those same things in their own lives and share with their peers.
Yeah, I really love that. And then I'm thinking about catechetical leaders. We often have catechist appreciation. Some folks are still engaging in those types of gatherings. But
Mhm.
really letting them know it's not just that I appreciate you as a whole. I appreciate each one of you as an individual and how you create, this program, and that it really does take every one of us. So we're interdependent on each other to be able to provide the religious education to the children and parents, the community at large. So, being very specific about that, I think catechists would really appreciate hearing them. And then, like you just said, Deacon Matt, having them share their stories. Why are you a Catholic? A Catholic catechist? Why do you do this? It's not easy.
Mhm.
And building each other up by hearing that.